Hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome to the Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage live stream, part of the Spyro marathon I'm doing. Now, a disclaimer that for this particular live stream, I'm probably not going to do the whole game in one night like I did with the first Spyro. So I'm likely going to do either one world a night or 2 worlds a night. And I'll also likely be saving skill points for their own video as well, just to make things easier on me. Otherwise I'm going to be streaming for like 6 hours. First things first, we need to create a block because I don't have one on here yet. I did my test stream without one. So, new game. And let's start.
Is this rain ever gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like. We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm. Somewhere sunny. Dragon Shores. Yeah, I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork!
Does it not rain in Dragon Shores?
Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto angrier.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
You saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, teeth like this, and they spit fire like this. Pooh, pooh. They sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working! It's working! I've got a dragon!
Whoa, rough landing. Hi, which way's the... beach? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that, pussycat?
Well, someone forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons! Yeah! Ow! Crush! Kill it! Kill it! Go! You imbecile! You ate my scepter! I'll deal with you later!
Who is that jerk?
That was Ripto, and we have to get rid of him. He's causing all sorts of trouble around here, but I haven't got time to explain. Here, take this magic guide to Avalar. It'll help you begin to understand our worlds. Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute! How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
And so here we are, stuck in a brand new world that we are unfamiliar with brand new creatures as well. Not just dragons and Norks, though these guys look a little Norkish to me.
Hi, Spyro! Welcome to Glimmer! Unfortunately for us, a mob of lizards just showed up and started stealing all of our gems. Can you stop them?
And right away you'll notice that a lot of things look different. Spyro's design looks different. Gems look different depending on what color they are, which is an improvement I personally really like. It makes things just a bit more, I don't know, unique. And this time around, you notice that once you kill enemies, a little sprite flies up and goes off somewhere. Now where that is going is that it powers up certain machines that can give us super abilities, similar to the last game. For the most part, things are pretty straightforward. Just as before, you want to collect all of the gems located throughout the level. As my coordination is a little off. Spyro 2 plays just a little bit differently than Spyro 1, and I need to readjust my brain a tad. Hopefully this stream goes a little bit better than the first time I tried to stream Spyro 1 where it crashed on me. So my apologies if that happens. I'll just start over because it's impossible to fuse things. And like before, all things die in one hit unless otherwise specified. Did I get everything down here? It didn't seem like Sparks. No, he didn't. Sparks, you lazy bug. You have... well, I was gonna say one job, but you actually have two.
Hi, Spyro. I'm a friend of Alora's, and she's asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress like this. That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place. See you around.
And so Zoe here is the equivalent of the dragon statues in the last game. Getting near her will cause her to zap you with her wand, and once she does that, it will mark your progress for if you mess up and die, you'll respawn there. Or whichever one you were closest to next. Last, excuse me.
We gem cutters are a bit too short to climb these ladders. Looks like you are too. After you learn to climb, come back to Glimmer to see me.
Because apparently I don't know how to hook my claws into things. But no, climbing is an ability that we will learn later, though I do know how to get up there without the climb ability, and probably will. And this guy.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone is talking about. Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
And this is our monetary gatekeeper. In order to pass certain spots or learn new abilities, we need to pay him. So now the gems we collect actually have a purpose other than just opening up levels towards the end.
Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again, when you have even more gems.
Oh, we will. Most in-game events cause you to get zapped by Zoe as well.
To get a good look around, hold down the triangle button. Try using triangle to look around this cave.
Basic game mechanics. So yeah, whenever there's an event, you don't have to worry about running back and finding a save point because Zoe will be there. Just keep in mind that a progress saver is not the same thing as actually physically saving your game. Let's make that clear right now, because I definitely made that mistake as a kid. Thinking like, oh, it auto-saves, you know, like games today do. No, that was not a feature yet. Just clean out the room here first. And talk to you.
Great! The Superfly power-up is active, and you can restart our gem lamps. Flame all the lamps quickly, and the big gem lamp will light. The power-up will give you enough magic to fly for a short time.
So these, whenever you see these two pyramids that eventually get glittery things in between, they'll have a number if you don't have enough. But this is what killing enemies eventually causes. It'll power up these gates, which will then lead us to side quests. For this one, you just go through it. It will grant us flying abilities for as long as until the meter runs out. And the goal is to flame each one of these lamps and light them. Easy enough, since it is a tutorial for the most part.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. A fairy gave me this orb, but I like gems better. You take it instead.
And orbs will eventually have a purpose as well. They will unlock new areas in the hub worlds, or home worlds, however you want to say it. So they're kind of the equivalent of what the balloonists asked for initially, though there's something else we'll need in order to pass between hub worlds, which I'll show off in a second. Or a couple minutes, really, because I'm going to do another quest down here first.
These little lizards have eaten my entire crop of gems. I've tried hitting them with rocks, but they're too fast for me. You can try using one of my rocks. If you have any questions, just ask me.
What kind of jaw strength would you need in order to eat gems? But no, here's a new mechanic. You can pick things up, just get close to it. Come on, dude. Respawn. Oh no. There we go, I was just too close. Because if you try to go up there, he'll dive into his little hole, but just sort of line it up and spit.
Nice shooting. Follow me to the next lizard.
Just shoot the same way you'd breathe fire. But no, this will be a mechanic that sticks with us all through the game as well as into the third game. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do Spyro 4 for the marathon or not.
You can spit pretty far, Spyro. See if you can spit all the way to that lizard.
Just because that game is so broken and glitchy. Largely in part because Insomniac did not make it.
To hit that lizard up high, you'll have to aim. Press and hold the triangle button to aim, then press circle to spit.
Easy enough. You get a little target ring. I overshot that completely. Oh my goodness. Aim a little lower. Oh no, I'm slightly off to the right. Why is it doing that? Oh my gosh, I don't know if that's ever done that. Please don't tell me I'm glitching. You know what? Aim down here. Of course, I do poor performance and it has to be on the stream. I didn't do this during my test. But once you have an audience, quote unquote, nobody's here yet, I'm just sort of talking to myself, you get the jitters and mess up. Since I don't think Twitch has broadcasted that I've gone live yet. And the other one is up here on this kiosk. I can never find it at first. Give me that.
Yay! You saved my crop of gems from the lizards. Here, take this orb. Some girl with wings dropped it here yesterday.
I love how they're treating cutting gems as if they're vegetables. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get up there really quick. See if I can still do it, because I hate incomplete numbers on the thing. Alright, run. Go through the window, just keep running. And once it gets in here, it freaks out because you're technically out of bounds. Oh no, stay. Oh, I had to judge that one by feel. Woo! Because the camera got stuck. But no, you're not supposed to technically be able to get up here, but surprise!
Hey! Great! You've got the Superfly power-up active. Now you can light the gem lamps in this cave.
Same as before. And this one doesn't run out as fast while you're in here. Oh, shoot. Don't go back for it. We can come back in a second. I don't think these ones go out. Oh, shoot, they do. Yeah, okay, you know what? That's my bad. Of course I mess up on stream. I'm gonna go get some gems. While I wait for things to wear back out. There we go, 400 out of 400. I love that it gives you that little, you know, congratulatory reminder. Okay. That should be enough now. There.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. For a while, I was afraid we were going to have to cancel tonight's baseball game. Here, somebody mix this orb in with the baseballs.
You play baseball in here? How? There doesn't seem to be hardly enough room. Not to mention it's not flat. So check it out. It's like a disco down here. And now for the other collectible. There's one at the end of each level, aside from the last world, and that's talismans.
Spyro, thanks for helping us fight off the lizards. Please take this talisman of Glimmer as a sign of our gratitude.
And what is this so-called talisman? Well, this one is a pickaxe for harvesting gems. Each one will represent the area.
This magic portal next to me will take you to Summer Forest, one of the homeworlds of Avalar.
Since we weren't blasted into the actual homeworld, and it gives you a Glimmer complete, or whatever level you're in complete, which is nice. So you don't have to question it. And it just feels good to get a little reward like that.
Oh no! Oh, hello. We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before. My name is Alora.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gem cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
There are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Ripto. Hunter, where have you been?
I, got a little lost.
Spyro's going to help us collect the talismans.
I am?
Yes.
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep them in your guidebook.
Hey, I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Hunter, you can't even keep track of your running shoes. How can we trust you with 14 talisman? If you come across any orbs, they're important too, but I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
And so there we go. Ripto has taken over the main castle, kicked Moneybags out, who sometimes beat us in there. And it's our job to get in there and, well, evict him, essentially. But this is our new homeworld. Summer Forest, and there's a new butterfly. These blue ones here, which can sometimes spawn from fodder, like sheep as before, or can be found stored in glass containers, kinda cruel, will result in us gaining a life. So if you're really low on lives, you can just sorta go around flaming all the fodder in a circle, and eventually you will be able to rack up a few more lives. That won't be necessary in this playthrough, I don't think, but hey.
Spyro, this is the homeworld called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start by retrieving the talismans from each of the worlds you go to.
Orbs are for progressing inside of the hub world. Talismans are for unlocking the boss at the very end and progressing to the next one. And I don't want to go across just yet because there's stuff down here. Oops. And take the stairs because the stairs have gems. And since we fell down the hole, Hunter's here.
Hiya, Spyro. Ripto smashed this bridge, so I guess you'll have to glide across it. Press X to jump, then press X again while you're still in the air to glide.
Or I can just jump it, like that. Ta-da! Oops. Dang it. Controls are just a little different than Spyro 1. I mean, they're the same on paper, but the feel is slightly different. Nothing over here. I know there's a purple one in one of these. I think it's this. Yep.
Sorry, Spyro. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your treasure.
And to learn how to swim underwater, we need 500 gems. Not very much, but we will need to venture into one of the worlds to do so, so I'll likely head into Colossus. And fancy that, water does not hurt us anymore. It also looks completely different, as it is now potable and also not deadly. But we also will gain the ability to swim underwater, as he said, provided that it's deep enough, once we have the funds to learn our swimming lessons.
Hi, Spyro. You look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press X and hold it down to get more hang time. Okay, not bad. Now to make this next jump, you'll have to glide. Press X to jump, then press X again at the top of your jump to get the maximum glide distance.
How out of shape do you think I am, man? Can't jump up one platform.
Nice job. Now try to do a hover. Press X to jump, then press X again to glide. Then when you reach the end of your glide, press triangle to hover. Hovering will give you extra height and distance.
Now this is something that was desperately needed in the first game, since it allows you to flutter at the very end and gives you just a little bit of an edge for those tougher platforms.
Very good. Now for the hardest leap of all. You'll have to give this one everything you've got. Get a walking start, jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform. Don't forget to press forward on the D-pad or analog stick when you hover.
I hate it when games break break the fourth wall in order to explain mechanics like that. Like, use the D-pad. Let's see if I can do it without hovering. Yeah.
Wow, you're a pretty good athlete. If I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
Way to make excuses, and you know I need these, and yet you're hanging on to them? And 452 gems. I know we're only a few off from unlocking swimming, but there's no more that we can get to right now. So, I'm gonna head into Colossus, which I prefer to do this one first, simply because the other one requires diving to complete, so Colossus it is. And that goat just murdered a man.
A Yeti has been rampaging around our home, but we've managed to trap him by shutting all the doors. If you talk to the other brothers, they will open the gates and guide you to him.
Yeti problem, huh? And these little tiny miniature penguins are fodder this time. I want to get your face. Come here. Yeah, it's so cute. It looks nothing like an actual penguin because it's too small, but it's cute.
By concentrating, I should be able to open this door for you.
Speaking in size, that's something they never fully addressed in the Spyro series, is like, how big is Spyro? A lot of people I see either pin him as like really big or really small, but from my own hypothesis, just from seeing things like commercials and other stuff he's compared to, I honestly think he's about the size of a Labrador, which makes these guys over here really short.
Who needs a key when you know how to chant like this?
In order to get through all these, we need to talk to the monks.
Enemies like those yaks are too big to be charged. Your flame attack should easily take care of large enemies.
Thanks for telling me that after I've already had to defeat one. And possibly got squished. Because they roll at you for some reason, which is funny, but doesn't make a whole lot of sense. See, there we go. We need to kill 11 enemies in order to get through this one.
Each time you defeat an enemy, it will release a spirit particle. The spirit particles will activate the power-up in that world. If a power-up is inactive, you need to defeat more enemies.
The gates require a blood sacrifice. Not just a blood sacrifice, a sacrifice of souls. Because let's be real, that's what those are. So we have 7 and we need 11. Oops.
Hey, look what I can do.
Nay, I'd rather stand on what you can do, since I have a pretty vague idea already.
Remember Hunter's advice? You will glide farthest if you press the X button at the very top of your jump.
Were you spying on me? Because you were not there before. You were spying on me. And are Avalar fairies the same as the Dragon Realm fairies? Because both of them have fairies, but Avalar does not have dragons. And we need to get the talisman a little early in this level in order to access everything else.
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I think you should kill that Yeti. He's pretty tough, though. In fact, I'm not so sure you're up to it.
Can't hurt to give it a go. Gruesome.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that. I guess he was all bark. Anyway, I was just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti didn't eat it.
And now, these are active, so this one has a spring, which means, well, see for yourself. It's a jump extender of sorts. And I want to get the stuff up here before I activate the quest, because you can see these little have sharp teeth. Yeah. Hello, Professor. You seem to have a gas leak following you around. Seriously, that thing looks like Ghastly.
Oh, thank goodness you scared that evil spirit away. But now it will hide in the statues. If you were to flame all 10 statues, I'm sure you would chase it away for good.
So, flame all the green statues. Okay. Yep, they've all changed. All you have to do is flame them as you said, and the thing gets distressed and leaves. Most of these early quests are pretty easy. Hole in the ceiling where the, I don't know what that thing is really, fell down. It's like some sort of statue. Is it a bird? I'm not entirely sure what it was supposed to be. Actually, I'm gonna go down here, since the path to where I need to go is out the window. And I could drop down here, but I'm afraid I might miss it. That's another reason you need to get the talisman first. And I know there's gems behind me, I'm coming back later. Is because killing the Yeti blows out the windows, so you can access that area. Rockets, same as Spyro 1, they're just a little fatter now. But I'm missing one. It's in the room. It has to be. There it is.
Well done, Spyro! You've scared the evil spirit away! Why don't you take this? I borrowed it from the temple. They don't need it.
You stole it from the temple. What are you writing on? Your clipboard has no paper. And now for the next quest, which is back where I was. And also has a skill point, though I don't know if I'm going to be getting it right away or if I'm gonna do it more towards the end of the game, so I'm not here forever and making the video super long. That's all the gems.
Ah, Spyro, welcome! We have found that hockey is a peaceful and calming sport. Would you like to join in a match against our goalkeeper?
Sure.
You have 2 minutes to score 5 goals in the red goal.
Peaceful sport, huh? Yeah, you need to go towards him first. He'll fling it over here, and you almost always can never catch it. He never really throws it directly back at you. And shoot it in the goal. See, you can't catch that. Or if you can, I've never done it, and I've never seen anyone else do it. Just get it at an angle. Forward, backwards, chase the puck. It doesn't matter if it goes in your goal area. And who's cheering for us? Who is watching us? Where'd it go? Oh no. Well, this is new. Doesn't matter though.
Well done! Have this! Would you like to try a game of one-on-one?
This is where you can earn the skill point. You earn it if you manage to score all of the points in your goal, but he doesn't get any.
The first to score 5 goals wins. You are shooting at the red goal. Off you go.
Okay, but seriously, why are they booing their own home team? What have you done? Okay, I shot the puck, and I don't know where it went. You stole it. Dang it! Okay, I'm messing up. I'm not used to this. I haven't played Spyro 2 in quite a while now. Oh no. Ha! You fool! Have I really not played Spyro 2 in over a couple years? Wow. Thinking about it, suddenly I realize, get off my butt, dude! Ow. Sometimes he shoots it at me. Dang it. Because the guy's right behind me and that's what he's aiming for, so sometimes the red goalie accidentally gives you the puck. 2. What my goalie aims for, I don't know. See, like that. I love it when this happens. I don't know what my goalie aims for because he's clearly not on my side because he throws it away from me. Ah. Oh shoot. No! No, there goes the skill point. I guess I'm doing it later. Oh. Really? It's like it phased through me. I need to skate in a straight line. Because then he stays behind me. It's going right in front of my face, and I'm not picking it up. You, beat it. Knew you'd be there. I'm picking up your pattern. I'm starting to remember. Oh, and I bumped right into him. Bumping into the goalie causes him to, causes you to spit the puck out. Yeah, I'll be doing this later. After the main game. Pick it up! Oh, it almost went in too, even though he slapped it out of me. I'm doing terrible. Like I said, I haven't done this in a few years, and the calibration's a tad off on this controller too, so whatevs. Excuses, I know, but I'm still gonna win. Yeah.
Well done! Have this. If you stare at it long enough, you might not see anything.
So it's gonna blind me? Yes, stare at the sun's rays reflecting off the orbs and go blind, kids. Sounds like fun. Don't do that. Okay, everything here. And the monks can go back to their peaceful practice. Yeah, it looks like a great idea. Let's levitate the heavy stone object in a spot with a ceiling. Murder. Oh, it wasn't me. I have no evidence. The worst part is it probably isn't staying up there due to psychic powers. Morbid. And once you get the talisman into place, it'll show up here. Eventually the orbs will as well, but there's a specific gem located in the next world that triggers the orbs appearing on the gates.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to learn to swim underwater? I suppose I could teach you for a small fee?
Yes, please.
Great. Okay. When you jump in the water, you can use the D-pad to move around the surface. Use square to dive underwater. When you are underwater, use X to paddle and square to charge.
And magically, just like that, once we're in the water, press square, and whole new dimension. And you don't need to worry about running out of breath. Spyro can apparently breathe underwater, even though he couldn't in the first game. Which makes you wonder, is the water in the Dragon World just that bad? Next up, Idle Springs. It's worth a shot, though if they're transforming and becoming hostile, I don't see how that would change anything.
Spyro, the idols we were carving have come to life. They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food.
But yeah, it does make me wonder, I'm tired, just how polluted or awful is the water in the Dragon Realms? Because if I can breathe underwater here, that means the issue wasn't with Spyro, it was with the quality of the water back in our original homeworld. Ooh, that nasty. I just realized that was a pun. Dang it! And since we can't breathe fire underwater, obviously, you're going to be destroying most objects with your charge ability.
locked in here with all our tools, and the giant idleheads won't let the workers in unless we can solve the 3 puzzles they've given us. The first puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
It looks menacing, but all you have to do is touch the corner blocks.
Wow, Spyro, you did it! I mean, I knew you could do it. Now, meet me at the pond for the next challenge.
Why are they making you do this?
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish. He's got a sensitive stomach, so watch what kind of fish you feed him.
Yes, he can have blue fish or orange fish, but no red fish. Doesn't matter the size. Oh, shoot. Otherwise that happens. Okay, focus. I have a couple friends who are colorblind and they absolutely hate this challenge. Just take your time, since there's no limit to it. It's better to miss one than to accidentally get one of the wrong color. There we go.
Okay, Spyro, just one more puzzle to go. I'll meet you over by the colored stones for your final challenge.
The colored stones are at the end of the level, so it'll be a sec. Same rules before. If they have metal shields, you have to use charge abilities. And you also need to defeat certain enemies in order for these guys to unlock the doors.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the square button, you can defeat them with your charge attack.
I just explained that, and again, you are late. There he is. Wait, where are you going? Where? Yeah, thank you. Doors this way. He was running off in the other direction. That was weird.
Left or right, press the L2 or R2 button.
There's the colored stones. They should have called them colored tiles because those aren't really stones until you start to perform the challenge.
If you jump on these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the first one is. It's up to you to figure the rest out.
Okay, so there's a little bit of puzzling here, though it isn't entirely cohesive. You want to link them up based on the patterns that they present. So this one's blue, so go with the blue one. You always end with the stars. And so since this was a triangle, go triangle. Moon and moon. Back to color. Hexagon and end with a star. Boom.
Nice job, Spyro. You're pretty smart for a dragon.
Hey.
All I have to give you is this shiny thing I found in our toolbox.
What do you mean for a dragon? You've never seen a dragon. I'm new here. And now we gotta go all the way back. This is one thing I don't like about Idle Springs, is that there's a lot of backtracking. Oh, and your run trick from the first game where you like jump the entire way doesn't work in Spyro 2. Since they've changed up the running and jumping animations.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want a permanent job, we've got a place for you here. For the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
Trying to think what other... Oh, it was Final Fantasy Crystal Bears. I'm thinking, what else has a crystal idol that's jade green? For some reason that was sparking in my memory. And I couldn't remember what I was relating it to. And there's a skill point in here as well, and it's going to be landing on that statue way out there. This one I can totally get right now, since I don't need anything extra for it. Including practice. Hockey was totally my fault. I haven't done this long enough. Doesn't matter how many times I've played it, it's just... There we go.
It's fabulous to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals and send the dancing hula girls over here to help me.
Because they're just kind of dumb, apparently. Not that this appears to be much of a threat here, but our firepower isn't enough. So what we have to do is we have to go through this new power-up, which is supercharged, just like the last game, and hit all of the pedestals that the hula girls are standing on, which flings them over here. And you do have to do it all in one go, so just do your best to stay on the stones, and you'll succeed.
Look at that. The hula girl's rain dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle. Now I can pursue that dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb. It could help you go places.
And it will. Though, why were you chained up to begin with? Oh yeah, bonus, you can also set them on fire. Doesn't do anything, but... And back up this way, because there's more stuff. Almost didn't make it again. By the way, if you get too lost, there is a map that you can turn on in the menu. I don't personally need it, because I know where everything is. But it's there for those of you who might need a little extra help. course it blows up the thing all the way back here at the beginning. So we have to backtrack again. Wait, I missed that one, didn't I? I didn't hear it. Like I said, a lot of backtracking in Idle Springs. And out we go. Guess he just wanted a hot dog. There's multiple types, I guess. Some who want to destroy, and those who are just hungry. Now that I think about it, all they really did was steal food. Like, that was their main goal. Could have just fed them. And I'm going back to Glimmer really, really quickly. Because there is a cutscene I forgot about that plays once you have Glimmer's talisman, but it won't play when you initially leave the area because of the main event cutscene of Ripto taking over the castle, but Glimmer does have one of these little funny ones. And the game sort of expects you to come back. It doesn't expect you to break the limitations like I did. So really quick, just gonna run to the end. Get a fake talisman so we can unlock the cutscene. It'll tell you, you already have this one, which is fine. And here we go. Well, I mean, if they eat gems, that's a way to get them to work for you. And I needed to come back this way anyways, because there is a pond here with stuff in it. With a hole in the center, and once you resurface, you're in sort of a little cove, and up here is an orb. And that should be... oops. Nope. That should be all the stuff on this side, so the rest should be in the castle. A warning right now, we won't be able to get everything inside of the level as we need to get the climb ability, and we do not get the climb ability until the next hub world. There's only one new ability per hub world. And this one was swimming.
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar. Oh, and keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
I mean, they got me here, so it makes sense.
Your game camera is currently in passive mode. This mode requires you to control the camera yourself and moves more slowly.
Did someone break Hunter? He literally speaks like a robot for this. Did someone break Hunter?
If you like, I can change the game camera to use active mode. In active mode, the camera moves much faster.
I'll stick with passive, thanks.
Okay, I won't change it. Remember, you can change the camera mode yourself by using the options menu.
I sort of use the camera to move, similar to the gyroscope function in Splatoon, so I like to leave it the way it is.
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
Yep, there's a couple gems up there and also an orb. And that's why we will need to be coming back to Summer Forest. Huzzah for backtracking. In this one it's supposed to sort of be a puzzle, but the trick is to not touch the doors, so that way you can come through this one and grab this orb. And then you just fling yourself out the window.
Say, Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall.
You're full of it.
Yes, the sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
Come on. And over this way is the boss door, but obviously we don't have all the talismans and therefore can't open it yet.
Hi, Spyro! This talisman door will only open if you have all 6 Summer Forest talismans. Once the door is open, Ripto and Crush will be waiting in the dungeon.
So where's Gulp off partying to? Okay, we've got everything we can currently do here, so let's head on to Hurricos.
We've always had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you can find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields. I think there's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
It's right in front of you. Yep, grab the diode, get close to the gate, and it'll put itself in there. If you want it to be sped up for like a speed run or something, fly into the gates, and it will automatically open up. Like this. Ta-da! I knew it was gonna get me. And I did it anyway. The skill point for this place is destroying all of these small windmills. And not every level has a skill point, like Glimmer did not have a skill point. I could have sworn I got him. Like I flamed him, but it didn't do anything. Huh. I'm sorry. Need to adjust my glasses. There we go. I think that's everything around here. And the robots have to be destroyed with charge because obviously they're made out of metal. And I know a lot of people say this place is the early concept design for like Ratchet and Clank, but I guess I don't really feel it as much. I mean, I can see sort of a maybe if you stretch it. But just because there's a guy with a wrench and a robot doesn't necessarily mean it was the early designs for something. Heck, they might not even relate. Insomniac might have looked back and been like, hey, did you realize we made a mistake and linked our 2 games on accident? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, these gear grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
Take these, spin them into the diodes. I prefer to do down here first, because once you walk away it should set off an alarm and not have to light every single one. The game is proving me wrong here. I remember doing this in a way that you don't have to light every single one. What the heck? Come on. Maybe not. There's supposed to be alarm bells going off right now. And there isn't. Fine, I'll do it up here. This is the order I normally do it. It's just the order I tried last time worked better, but now it's not responding, so... eh. They're on the other side. Because I didn't hear footprints. Yeah, they get in the corner and you can't get them. Oh, now you appear, you jerks. They don't even steal them, they just... I thought I heard laughter. They don't even really steal them, they just run around with them. So they're literally only doing this to be jerks. Go over here. Just walk around, wait for the bell. Really? Did I miss one? Is that why you're being slow? Yes. Where is it? Where'd you put it? Fine, I'll just take one of these. This isn't the order I normally do this. No wonder it's all screwed up. There we go. Okay, there shouldn't be that much more that would spawn over here, I don't think, unless it does a recount based on the ones I killed on the other side. Which it might, so I'm gonna head back over there, walk myself in a circle, and see if anything shows up. Dang it! That was probably the false one. Sometimes it gives like a false boop. Okay. And these ones are easy. They're gonna come right to me. Come on. Other side. Or not. I kind of have to wonder too, like, is the hardware I'm running it on, since this isn't an original PS1, like if you run it on a PS2 or PS3, as opposed to a PS1, not really a PS2, because PS2, like, is near perfect emulation of PS1 hardware, but like PS3 or PS4. Is there enough difference in the way that it reads certain games that it alters outcomes? I mean, it messes with other things. There we go. So where I predict certain probabilities are going to be, they're not.
Thank you, Spyro. I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones. Please, take it as a reward.
But no, I kind of have to wonder that, because I've noticed it with other games, that if you normally played it on like the original hardware and then you play it on like a PS3 or PS4, whether it's the original disc version or a download version, sometimes there's a slight difference in the probability of things. I mean, I already know the controls are slightly different because of different control calibration, but I'm wondering if it does affect how specific probability stats are read within the engine itself. Might be worth looking into, if anybody has even tested for that yet. Okay, I think that might have been all the enemies, which of course means the supercharge is powered up. I'm just looking for gems. And supercharge, we need to use it to bust open these windmills. Seems easy enough, it's right there. Now, on the original PS1, you could, before you hit the button, sort of like jump and get stuck here, and then you could jump again and it would fling you super high up in the air as a glitch. I can't seem to get it to do that on modern hardware, no matter how hard I try. So that's another thing that's likely been changed. Not even really changed, just read differently. It doesn't matter if I'm playing on my original discs or not. But these are slowing down the windmills so that we can do some platforming puzzling, sort of. There we go.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity. Please help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
And to shut down the machinery, we need to get to the machinery. I see gems down there that I missed. I'll come back later. Since I need to anyways. And once we reach this point and talk to this guy, it'll put a whirlwind, just in case you mess up.
Spyro, you've done well so far. You can have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me. The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them. Press the triangle button during a glide to hover and get extra height. Remember to press triangle when you are very close to the windmill, or you won't make it.
Yeah, I will. I'm more agile than you think. And go. I probably could have made the last one, but heck? Ta-da! I'm getting back in the groove slowly. Should be the last one of these. Yep.
Spyro, help! The switch to turn off the gear grinder factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there.
That's your excuse. The reason you guys couldn't shut down the factory yourself is because it's noisy. It's one switch.
Thanks for shutting down the factory. Here, I found this stuck between the gears. You can have it if you want.
Okay, that's all of the orbs for Hurricos, I believe. And I do have to remember to pick up those gems that are outside the building. Which I think are behind here. They're there. Now we can go get the talisman.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this talisman from the gear grinders. Please, take it as a reward.
He has glasses, but he does not have eyes. Wait, I'm missing stuff? I'm missing gems. I gotta be. Because it didn't give me my congratulation toot. Where would they be? Because I don't think you get... No. You don't get Gem Raider until the end of the game. Well, this sucks. Oh, I'm missing like one gem. 2 red gems or 1 green gem. Sometimes the draw distance lets me see sparkles, but I'm not... Aha! Here we go. Of course I miss stuff on stream. It's the only time I miss stuff is when I'm streaming. Get me out of here. He did it, he points as there's no one next to him, but the other guy can't see anyway. Also, considering that they're called electrolls, is it appropriate to call this trolling? And next, Sunny Beach. Honestly, I feel that was deserved.
Hi, Spyro. It's a good thing you're here. If you can help shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety, I'll be mighty grateful.
Baby turtles don't have shells, apparently. And to open the gates, you need to beat this guy up until you get him on the button. And don't worry about the baby turtles, they actually can't be hurt. Just focus on the usual. Gems, quests, and carnage. And judging by the amount of time I'm at currently for the stream, I'm only gonna get Summer Forest done tonight. Not even completely, since I need to still get the climb ability. And this is another level that will need to be backtracked to, since I don't have climb yet. And there's no easy exploit for this one, that I know of. So yeah, I'll do the boss for this hub world, and I'm gonna call it a night there. Since I'll be at about the 2-hour mark. And I try not to go over that for streaming just because I've got other stuff to do. And it is later at night. Yeah, see, there's like a ladder here, so that's another spot too. Though there's also a quest.
The water workers have boxed up most of our baby turtles. The boxes are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame breath, maybe you could break them open and release the turtles.
And Super Flame, it looks a little bit different than in the original Spyro, which I'll demonstrate eventually as soon as I collect more souls. Why? Yeah, I'm definitely not used to this calibration, which, for the record, before I did the commentary version of the Spyro 1 stream, I actually played through the game entirely. I did not do that for Spyro 2. I'm just sorta going off memory for this one. Because, truth be told, I don't actually have that much time to play video games. Like, what you see on stream is basically everything. That's one of the reasons I can't currently continue with Disgaea, and why I may actually have to postpone Disgaea and redo it at a later date, because I just don't have the time right now. I get about maybe 4 or 5 hours a week to play video games, and that's the stream.
There's a chef at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our baby turtles. If you know how to climb, you could get up there and stop him.
Please don't eat sentient beings. Please and thank you. You know, we can get the Super Flame. But no, I really don't have that much time to play video games like I used to. I maybe get a maximum of 5 hours a week. Yeah, no, it's a big fireball. So something like Disgaea that requires just a ton of behind-the-scenes level grinding, I can't devote the time to it right now. I thought I was going to have more time than this, and then my schedule didn't do what I thought it was going to. I originally picked up Disgaea because I thought there was going to be a ton of free time in between when I stream. And then it turns out I entirely miscalculated that. Oh, come on. I can hear a siren in the background and it's throwing off my train of thought. Also, you can super flame underwater, but it won't quite look the same. It turns into some sort of like missile-looking thing. Spiky. Although it's fire once you resurface. So I might be able to do a standard RPG, but Disgaea, no.
Impressive! Most impressive. Please take this sacred, thingamajig as a token of our everlasting gratitude.
It's a shiny. Here, it's shiny. I don't know what it is, but it's shiny. Take my garbage. I hope it suffices. And now to go get the talisman because I can't get anything else. Because I can't go up there, and I can't go up the other ladder. So, you need to move your butt. Move yo butt. Up the stairs. Ramp. It's not stairs.
Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
And that's it for now. You know, when they said the baby turtles were going to be safe up here, it kind of implied that they were going to stay locked up in that room, not playing with dangerous electric rods.
Nice work, Spyro. The orbs you're carrying have activated this special portal. You won't find a talisman in the ocean Speedway, but if you're fast, you'll get lots of treasure. Have fun!
I think it only took one orb to open up Ocean Speedway, but that's where we're headed next. And there's a skill point in here, but I'm probably not going to get it on the first go. I'll be coming back later. Same idea as Spyro 1. Get through everything. Only this... Never mind, I thought it was winding slightly differently. I was wrong. Discard that. Yeah, I already messed it up. Forgetting the skill point. There's no way I'm fast enough right now. This flying seems so slow in comparison to Spyro 1. Come on. Oh! I got it! Wow. Okay. Works for me. And choose retry because there's more stuff we can do here.
guess now you think you're pretty good. Well, let's see if you're as good as the current champion. Alright, Spyro. Meet the course champion. In order to win the race, you must fly through all the rings. Beware if Hunter flies through a ring first. The ring will start to shrink.
Yeah, Hunter is basically like a sports champion in this world. And you don't actually have to beat him, you just have to stay on his tail and go through the rings before they shrink. So I guess you're not really proving your superiority, you're just... whoa. You're just proving that you can keep up. And I wish it was possible for humans to fly this way. Though that would really hurt your shoulders. Since there's no way that you'd be able to maintain your body weight. But hey, you can dream. Maybe for a downward propelled glide, but not to actually flap like this. It wouldn't work.
Great job, Spyro. That was some excellent flying.
And I don't just mean because, yeah, your arms aren't strong enough, and there's a ton of other flight reasons. Physics, fun, yay. But I mean to flap, even if you were somehow capable of having the design down, you wouldn't have the strength, and you also wouldn't be able to have your ligaments hold it together. And time for the last regular hub world. I mean, not hub world, but world in the hub world. Aquaria Towers. I'm getting kind of tired too. That's another reason I usually only stream for 2 hours. Now that is just messed up. And so's that.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get it back unless someone activates the switches they're guarding.
Now, these guys actually have a genuine excuse for not doing things, considering they can barely move. Everybody else, it's kind of like they're not really dealing with their own problems. Most. Everybody else. Monks, I'm looking at you. Idle Springs dudes, come on. You have wood cutting tools, and your enemies are wood. Getting everything before I activate the water because it makes it slightly easier. I knew I'd probably miss some. And in here, do not go near sharks unless you have super abilities activated. Because, whoa, that was weird. Because they don't damage you, they one-hit kill you. Because they just eat you. Why is it doing that? I dive under and then it causes me to resurface.
Hi, Spyro. You must be tougher than you look to get here. All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you borrow my submarine, though. For a modest fee, of course.
Of course.
A pleasure doing business with you, Spyro. This submarine is 100% shark-proof. I guarantee it.
It also looks like a shark to confuse them. But you have to use the tank for right now. We'll be coming back to rid the area of sharks later. Wait, can you flame these? Yes, you can. And now, to turn the whole place back into a water world. Aside from Moneybag's air pocket, that's a little strange. I don't think Moneybag's spot gets filled with water. I think it stays a pocket of air, even though everything else is flooded in.
Our world is wet again. We all want you to have this talisman of Aquaria Towers to remember us by.
And there's stuff up top. That is not the right hole. This is the right hole. It has an upper layer with more stuff to do. I don't know if Twitch is working tonight. It's still telling me I'm offline. Which I guess it'll get archived, but still.
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and hidden them in the tops of these numbered towers. I borrowed some explosives to blast the doors off the towers. If you can make it to the top of the 6 numbered towers, my children will be safe.
Easy enough. Each one sort of has its own challenge inside to get to the top, like that one was an electric barrier. Some will have enemies, some will have electric barriers that you have to time. But all in all, it's not too bad. 2 is over here. Just inch up slowly. And 3 is back down. This one just has a crab. Four should be behind us. That one just sort of went in waves. 5. 5 is in the next room. Oops. I'm stuck in the button. Dual layers plus crab. You don't have to kill the crab, it's just satisfying. 2 crabs. And 6 is back the other way. So we're back in the main room, go through here. So we're at the end of the shark tunnel, and it's here. This one I probably will get zapped on since you gotta stay wedged. Yep, I tend to go a little too fast because I'm impatient.
You did it! Now we can swim in peace. I heard that you were collecting these orbs. Please take this one.
And there's a few more quests up here, namely manta ray riding.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back.
This design bothers me. You have swim goggles that don't appear to be doing anything, a wetsuit, flippers, and nothing to breathe with, and the ability to talk underwater.
Great. Hop on his back and guide him through each of the rings of bubbles as it appears. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up.
He's not a car, Hunter. I mean, even Sparks has a bubble. One that he doesn't fully stay in, but... Hunter, what are you?
Well done! I suppose I owe you something for that. Here, take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers.
Sure. You found it in a flat shoe. And I doubt it even fits.
Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course?
Sure, why not?
Okay, good luck.
Honestly, this control's just like trying to fly through rings in a speedway. As long as you stay behind the seahorse, you're gonna be fine.
Incredible! You've got real talent. I could use a partner like you. You can have the orb I found in my other flipper, too.
Oh, sure. Your flippers. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're not just hanging onto these to get me to do favors for you or anything. No, Totally honest cheetah. Yeah, so even the sheep has a thing on its head. Okay, I saw a blue gem down in between the towers here. There it is. What am I missing now? 25 out of 40. Sharks! I'm missing the sharks. I missed it. As you can see, it's now a flame power-up. Though if you activate it while underwater, the icon on the right is different, even though it's the same as it usually is. And I don't think you get a skill point for blowing up the seaweed in this level. I don't think you do. Though now that I think about it, I don't know. Should I do it all anyway, just in case? Yeah, since Twitch isn't alerting anybody, I'm kind of all alone right now, since it's not reading me as online. Thanks, Twitch. Yeah, Moneybags is in a pocket. That's weird. And I know where the other sharks are, I'm looking for seaweed at the moment. Okay. The rest of the gems should be in this tunnel. I'm just doing a quick survey for seaweed. Because I don't remember if it's a skill point in this one. I know it is in Spyro 3. But, I don't remember if it is in this game or not. It seems to be the rest of it down here now for up top. Because it explodes, so I just sort of feel like it might be. Oh, come on. Don't do this. Oh, it was. It was a skill point. I'm glad I got it all now. I just felt like it might be, but I couldn't remember. Okay, that's everything. I'm out. Truthfully, these little cutscenes are something I miss in Spyro 3 since they don't have them. And since we've done everything, it should warp us to the boss now.
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open. Okay, Spyro, jump through that hole in the floor to get down to Crush's dungeon. I'll help you by tossing sheep through the hole if I can catch them. Good luck.
And so now it's boss time, also the end of the stream after this. So, Crush's dungeon, and a cutscene.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar. You see, last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There. That's the last orb in place. Now, let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah, how about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What? useless buffoons! Why can't either of you? Where are we? No dragons. Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, oh my! I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush, go through the portal, you idiot!
To all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar, quickly!
No! Go! Crush! Get the orbs now! No! You despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah, I would have gone after him. But didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, could we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
Good idea. We better go right now.
And that's how Ripto got here. And if we manage to defeat Crush without taking a single hit of damage, we will get another skill point. Wait for him to do his thing, flame him, and get out of the way. Because the ceiling is unstable here, and while you cannot damage him, it can. For the blue pedestals, you want to jump in order to avoid them. I'm not going to make it. And for the red ones, you want to sidestep the fireballs. Come on, there we go. I really should have wiped my glasses off before I started doing this. There is definite blur in my vision. I can't see. That doesn't count as a hit, it just bounces you back. And starting now, the panels are going to switch, and he's also going to chase you afterwards. There's also going to be 3 shots instead of 2. Come on. Just keep running. Try and stay at a circle if you can, but just keep running. Gotcha. Last one. That's it. Bye-bye.
No, Crush! You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but Gulp will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, Shorty.
Gulp, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful. What? The roof? Gulp, get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. If Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that.
Boo.
Ah! Why, you...
And here we go all over again, this time with Autumn Plains. And it auto-saves, but for now, this is where I'm going to call it a stream. I will pick up here tomorrow, and then we will do the third and final world, and then the skill points next week. So thank you to everyone who's joined, if anyone joined, because Twitch is broken. And I hope to see you all for the next stream. Bye-bye!